Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. So this week I wanted to talk to you guys about joy. So I'm going to wait a few minutes to see who pops on, and I'm going to try today to pull it up on my iPad so if people comment, I can see it because I can't see that far away. Let me get the volume up here. All right. Perfect. Okay. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk to you about the joy. She's a new piece that was released by LuLaRoe recently. She comes in so many different colors here. I've got black, white, as you can see. I'm wearing this really gorgeous red. And then I also have it in the tan. I know she comes in gray. She comes in bright turquoise. The turquoise, if you can get the bright turquoise, oh my God, she's gorgeous. It also comes in like 2 different shades of seafoam. And what the joy is, I'm going to come a little closer so you can actually see it. It's a really gorgeous lace. This was lace that was made specifically for LuLaRoe. So you're not going to see this particular lace anywhere else. And it's a long vest. And I think that most people, when you talk about the joy, I think they get a little nervous just because it's $60. And I think a lot of people think that the way I'm wearing it is the only way that you can wear the joy. And I'm here to tell you, no, it's not. There are so many things that you can do with the joy and so many different ways you can wear her. Today I kind of have her, a little dressed up. And I mean, not too dressy. I have her with a cassie and just a blank tank top. And there's a lot of days where I'll throw her on with just a pair of leggings and a classic tee. I have worn her last week. I threw it on with jean shorts, a tank top, and, some funky sandals. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with the joy, and I'm going to show you today various different ways that you can wear her so that you can really get the most for your money. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start easy like I did with the maxi, and I have my little cheat sheet here so I don't forget any of the ways that I'm going to show you. So this is the first, just simple as the best, worn open, easy enough. So what I like to do sometimes is you can take, as you can see, there's 2 little flaps in the front. Just take your joy, do a simple, easy fold. That right there changes the whole look of your outfit. And you can wear it nice and loose like this. Hi, Aunt Maggie, welcome. The other way is if you want to tie it up tight. So just pull it up and do the same thing, just tie it up tighter. Now you're giving yourself almost more of like an empire style cut here. And if you want, you can, leave it untucked in the back. And this is the kind of look, you don't have to wear cassie if you want to, do these kind of things. Put it on with a pair of leggings, throw it on with jeans, even put it on over a Julia. And what I like to do sometimes, because I don't always want the tail hanging out, is all you have to do, tuck it into the back of your cassie, and now you completely change the entire look of the tie. And you can do the same thing with wearing it down low. Just kind of wear it loose, and it's a totally different look. It gives it the look of, a shirt as opposed to a vest. So the other things that you can do with the joy is, I'm going to untuck her for a second. Take your 2 pieces in the front, and you're going to twist. So take it 1, take it 2, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the tails here, pull it behind my back, find the ends right here, and I'm just going to tie. That's it. Super easy, guys. So 1 second. So all I'm doing is tying it in the back. And here, now I've created this really beautiful fan effect. And a little tie, and you can kind of play with it in the back and tie it so that it drapes a little, a little nicer than I did. I'm, kind of going quickly just for purposes of the video. But as you can see, really beautiful. And if you want, just like I did before, go ahead and take the back and just tuck it into your cassie. And you can still have that fan effect, but now you don't have the extra fabric going down the back. So super easy. And I'm going to show you that one more time just in case anyone didn't catch what I did in the front. So all you're going to do is take your two pieces. So I crisscross and then crisscross again and then pull and tie behind your back. Super easy. So you can also, leaving it open, do something as simple as just taking your belt. These are super easy things that you guys can, super easy. Just take a belt, tie it on, and that'll give you a different look. Now, one of my favorite ways to wear the Joy is all I'm going to do. I'm taking my front two pieces here, go all the way down to the bottom, and get those front little tails. Tie them together, do a tiny, as close to the end as you can get. So now what you can see, all I did was I tied the front. So take this piece, flip it over your head, and now I created a sort of, little, almost like a little shawl vest, and I personally like the back tucked in when I wear it this way. So there you go, cute little shirt. If you want to take your, your little, this right here, you can kind of hang it over your shoulder a little bit, give you a little more coverage. And another thing you can do, just drop it down. Instead of pulling straight over, take it, crisscross. So all I did was I crisscrossed and then put your head through the hole. And then just, you need to play with it a little just to get it to lay straight. And now I have this gorgeous crisscross little top. Super easy, super cute. And all I did was tie the ends, twist, and flip it over my head. And you can also take the sides here if you want a little more coverage. I mean, this just takes it right here to a whole nother level. Now I've kind of went from a little bit casual to a little bit dressy just by flipping it over my shoulders. And it just gives it a different look. If you want, go ahead and pull it down on your shoulders a little bit, and you kind of have that cold shoulder effect. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can do just with playing with the Joy. For those who follow me on Instagram, saw that I turned the Joy into a wrap shirt. And if I can get the knot out here, all I did for that is I'm going to keep my shirt tucked in for this. All you're going to do is take your front pieces, you're going to cross, you're going to cross, so just take and crisscross, and you're going to want to pull it tight. And you're going to want to pull it tight across your chest just so that the fabric lays nice and neat. So all you do is, I just took my pieces and I'm crisscrossing and I'm taking, and there's two different ways you can do this. You can tie behind your back like that, and you can tie it in such a, in a pretty way where you can kind of have it, like a cascade down. But what I prefer to do is I will take it and tuck it into the back of my cassie. And what you'll want to do is just get it tucked in. You'll need a belt for this look just because if you're going to tuck it in, it probably won't stay. But if you throw a belt on, it'll help keep it from untucking. So what I do is I will put my belt on first, and then I will go back in and smooth out the Joy in the back so that she's not poofy. So there you go. Now you have a super cute little wrap shirt. And what you can also do is do the exact same thing, but wear the Joy backwards, and you can still do the same, wrap shirt effect. So there were the ways that I wear it forward. And I know, again, for those who saw me on, who follow me on Instagram, saw that I did the Joy backwards. You can easily just throw her on backwards. If you were to do this with like a Julia underneath, it would be absolutely gorgeous. And you could take even a little belt, and you can see how fun it is in the back. You can take a belt and just tie it on, and it gives it a totally, you just went from casual to dressy. The other things that you can do with the same as I did in the front, just take it and tie it. Super easy. Just tie it in, and it'll give it a little more shape in the front. It's going to tighten it up a little bit. And then it's a nice, beautiful look in the back. you can also do it as the wrap as well. So what I'm going to do, if I'm going to take it as a wrap shirt, I'm going to tuck the front in. And if you want, you could just leave it like this. I think that this is a beautiful, stunning look. It's a little drama in the back. Even tuck the front in, and as you can see, she's peeking out down here. When I wore it the other day with my Madison, I liked having the black lace hang out the bottom. I thought it gave it like a little extra kick. If you don't want that, just as I just did, I just pulled it up a little bit just so that now it's, you know, not hanging out the bottom. Right here, I think is a stunning, stunning look. Go to work, go to cocktails, go out to dinner. But if you wanted to, I was starting to show you the wrap. So all I'm doing again is taking and crisscrossing. And when I do the crisscross backwards, I like the look of just having it tied in the front. I don't even like it with the belt. I think that right there is easy, subtle, beautiful, simple way of just taking your joy. And no one has to know that this is a vest. No one would know that this is a vest. Want to make sure I'm not skipping any. I did the tying back, tucked in the front, backwards wrap shirt. Yeah, and when I wore it with the Madison, I wore it two different ways. I wore it tucked in, and I also tucked in the back. And I had it with a Julia. I wore a black and gold, like foil Madison with a black Julia, and I put my black Joy on top, and I wore it like this. And so the back was open, but I had that black Julia underneath, so there was no skin exposed, and you know, it had covered sleeve, but it looked like I was wearing a lace top, and it was so classy and so elegant. And then I kind of wanted to, you know, sex it up a little bit, so instead I took off the Julia and I put on a really awesome bralette. Express has them. I'm sure you could get them at any department store. And it was like a really funky geo style bralette. And so it was completely open back. And you know, especially with the black, it was a really stunning outfit. So again, super easy thing to do with the Joy. And I'm trying to think if I'm missing any of the backwards ways. I don't think I did. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to show you, I did the tie over. So there's one other way that I like to do the Joys is to wear more than one. So first, easy way, just throw on two Joys. Here I've got red. I'm going to throw on black. All right, this is a super easy way. I have a black and a red, and it just amps it up a little bit, gives it a little more character, gives it a little more interest. Just something super easy, and if you want, you can even take, and you can, you know, tie one and leave it down. You can take the outside one and tie behind you, just to give a little shawl effect. I mean, there's 1,000 different ways that you can wear the two. You can even just wear them open like this. Take your belt and just tie it up here. Now it's just kind of giving a little peek of that red or whatever color, you know, you have underneath. Just a different way to wear it. Now what I often will do, which again, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen it this week, is take your Joy, put her on backwards, and then I tuck it in. So I'm turning, right now, I'm turning this one into a shirt. Okay, so now I've got my Joy tucked in. She's my shirt. Now I'm going to take my second Joy. I mean, you could do it something as simple as just like this. No one has to know that this is a Joy that I'm wearing as a shirt. It looks like I'm just wearing a lace top with a lace vest. And again, do all those simple, you know, little tricks I showed you. You can tie it up. You can tie it behind. Just, you know, different ways. Play with it. Just, you know, go into your closet and start messing around. So one of the other ways that I like to do is, I'm a big fan of the cold shoulder. It's one of my favorite types of shirts. Oh, welcome everyone that's joining. forgot to look over and see who's here. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to take my ends here, and I'm going to, I'm going to go down to one joy because it's going to be easier for a minute. Give me 1 second. So there's not so much fabric. Okay, so what I did is I have my joy on backwards. Now I'm going to take these ties and I'm going to tie them the same as I did in the front, just tie them. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Take your ends. And it helps I find if you were to tie in front and then step over, sometimes it will get twisted. So I like to tie behind, but it sometimes does require having a mirror. Okay, so I'm tied. Now all I'm doing is I'm pulling forward. And what I would do here is I would just belt it. And it just gives it, it almost looks like a little bit of a shawl. And it's just a subtle little, just an extra little touch with the covered shoulders. But you can do the exact same thing. Untie it. And all these looks you can do wearing two. Wear one as a shirt and do one as a vest. So here, all I'm going to do, again, is take my pieces, tie it behind, if I can get it, there we go. Okay, now, all I'm going to do is pull up. So I'm doing that simple little, like open vest style, but now watch this, okay? This is you guys are gonna think this is trickier than it is, but it's really not. So all I did was I put it over my shoulders. And if you were to hold this up, you see this hole? That's what you need. You need that hole. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna open it up, take your arm through the hole. Okay? So again, open it up, see the hole? Take your arm, you're going in. So don't come through this way, because if you do, your arm's gonna come out. See? You're gonna go in this way, okay? And now this takes a little bit of fiddling to get it to lay right, because you've now twisted and okay, so now you can see I have my beautiful collar right here. And now I'm gonna kind of just play with this so that it lays nicely. Now I have this beautiful open cold shoulder effect. And you can leave it, open like this in the back if you like it out. I personally like it tucked in. And now it's gonna turn into almost like, I like to blouse in the back. Now it's like a little shawl. How beautiful is that? It's just a subtle and extra added touch. Something a little bit different, a little unique. And if you want, take that piece and throw it over your shoulder to give a little extra coverage. You can even pull that down. And now I have even more of a open shoulder. So there's, it's one of those things, take it and play. And just try out different techniques, but I love wearing it this way. I think it's super fun. It's different. It's really beautiful draping in the back, and it has that interest in the front, and I just love a cold shoulder. I think that probably my favorite style tops. So these are a few of the ways that I have worn my Joy, and I think that she's probably one of the most versatile pieces next to the maxi in LuLaRoe's collection. And I think that there's so much that you can do with this vest. And I think that get one, try it, play around with it a little bit. If there's anything that you guys are trying and can't quite figure out, feel free to send me a PM or, just ask a question on the page. I'd be glad to, go through it again step by step. And I'm, one of those things that I play with it all the time. So as I come up with new and different ways to wear her, I will be sure to bring them all to you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. I hope you learned a trick or two. And I hope that for those of you who are kind of on the fence about whether to take the jump into getting a Joy, just because I know she is a little more pricey compared to some of the other LuLaRoe products, I hope today you see that there's so much that you can do with her. And it's not just a one-wear piece. It's not just put on a vest and call it a day. There are thousands of things. She can be a shirt. She can be a shawl. She can be, you know, whatever you know, your creative mind can show you the world. So don't be afraid to try new things. That's my motto, guys. Don't be afraid to try new things. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys learned some new tricks, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.